Hi all. Right, back with more SpaceCorp using Ventures expansion, playing solo. I think this is going to be. I'm going to sneak this into the beginning of part 5 because I've recorded part 5 already, but a mistake got brought to my attention. Really annoyed about it because it's one of the simpler mistakes I think that you can make in this game playing solo, and I thought I would be on top of it if it happened and whatever, but it's just shows you it's easy for it to skip by you. I've talked about it before. It's about when you replenish, it's about how edge cards operate for the competition. They only operate when the competition replenishes offers after an offers action. However, I've brought things back to that state right now, and the last thing that was done was an offers action, and this was there was an R card got replenished as well. This card got replenished. You do them one at a time and check. So this got checked, right? And well, sorry, I didn't check it. I put it down. My head was in another place. I was thinking. I read about what it done from me as a solo player, but this should have triggered, and unfortunately, it's messed things right up because what it does is give the competition another turn. So I've reset things. I can't show. I'm only showing this part of the board because I've actually started. I've done, like I say, done the first part of era number 2, and I thought I don't think I need to reset all that because it's just going to affect the end of the Mariners era here. But I do want to correct this because if I can here. So what I've done is I've got all the cards out. I've looked back over the video footage, and this was the state of play. Now, I've also reset the business display. I don't want to show you everything rather than... It's not big spoilers as such, but hang on. There's the state of affairs at this time as well. I've reset this back. The competition were on 5 points. We were on 12 points at the time. There's the state of the contracts. Now you're going to see what contract we're getting for the next era there, but I can't avoid not showing you everything that because this one was completed as well. The competition have this on here. I mean, it ends up that we get a few more of these, but I'm hoping I can still do that. Now, I don't want to try and take different actions because I know the cards, what cards are coming up. So I'm going to try and follow that, but the fact that the competition are going to take an extra turn here, I might possibly need to adjust some things. Right, so I've got the video on my tablet here, just where we're at, and I'm just going to guide through. Now these are the 3 cards that were left, and I've got them in order that they were drawn from the competition. Now the fact they're taking an extra turn, I'm probably going to have to add a card to that. Might need to... Oh no, that's the last card. That's what was left in the deck, wasn't it? So there's no additions to that, and that's what decides the end of the era here. But I think I'm going to have to add another card to that, which I'm just going to have to do randomly, which is fair enough. That's okay. Okay, so this has happened, and they're going to take... it says here, for the competition... what is that game? Intercept. Yeah, the competition takes another... Sorry, that's right. I'm right over the lamp because I'm right over the other side of the table. Competition takes another turn after this one. So not only does that happen, this card then gets discarded and it gets replenished by another card. So this would have happened here. So that's me doing things now as what would have happened. Now they're going to take another turn. This, as far as I'm aware, this is the state of the board at the time. So I'm now going to take another turn for them. So they're going to draw the next card, which was this, which is offers 1-4. Okay. So, and then offers 1-4 is, and it was offers 1-4 with the error symbol, right? And that means they get upgrades and produce. So offers 1-4, that's an upgrade. So no produce. So these 2 cards go away. They score... I'm not going to swing around there. They're scoring a point for that, so they're up to 6. We're at 12. Then they replenish these 2 cards. So yeah, things are going to be totally different, aren't they? So that and then that. There was no edge cards there. Okay, so all good. So right, now it is back to our turn. Now what I've done at this time, now I'm going to have to be wary, but see, it might determine what I do because of the amount of cards that I left. Because now there's 2 extra cards being, no, in fact 3 extra cards because the edge card went away. But what I do here, now I've not got the cards that I've got in my hand either. Right, hang on, I need the cards that were in my hand as well, so give me a sec. Right, so that's my hand at the time, and I'm just watching back in the footage, and what I decide to do is explore here. Because I've got this team out on Demos, and this is going to give me my 4th base if I can get the base on it. So that's what I decide to do. So I'm just going to stick with this. I'm kind of hoping it's not going to change things if I just do exactly what I've done. However, I use my built-in Explorer. Now, I'm not going to swing across to that because, again, that's moved on. But it's, to be honest, I think it's still the same card I've got there, which is Move to or Explorer, is the one that's built in. So I've got an Explorer 1. I only need an Explorer 1. And what I do, though, is I add this card so that I then knock myself down to 4 cards to be able to draw another card. See, I'm going to have to do this, but because the competition is 2 extra cards, it's possible I might not have done that. I'm going to have to still do it, though, am I? Yeah, because in fact, did I not grab one of the cards from the offers here? Did I not grab... I grabbed that Explore 1, Build 1. Don't I? Think so. Okay, let's just do it as I've done it, and we'll hope that there's enough left for me to still do what I want to do. So I'm going to play this card as well as my Explore 1. So hang on, put that there. To explore here, now it's I think it's water that comes up. Give me a sec. Right, so it is. Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, so it was this that we get, which is good because I wanted the reduction in the base cost. So that's my action, and then I'm down to 4 cards. So I think I take. Thing is, this is slightly different now. So, but I'm going to try and take the same cards that I took. Oh, and I forgot, I gained a point from that. And remember, I've rewound all the points, so that's me up to 13. I'm not going to swing around and show you that. Up to 13. Right, and it's the build 2 that I grab. So this gets discarded. This was the card that one of the cards that we played. Well, the card that we played. And we're going to grab this. Because we have 4 cards, remember, we've got a special ability that allows us to take a build card from the offers or draw a top card. So we take that build card to give us the 1, 2, 3, and we had 1 build in our infra, so total of 4 build, and we needed 5 minus 1 for 4, so that was the plan there. So we're going to stick with that. Right, so now back to the competition, and because the cards are out of sync now in the video, this is the card that I draw, but because we missed that turn, I'm now going to have to draw the next card. So this is all changing up slightly. So this is the next card. It offers 2, 3, and 4 with a produce action. Well, it'll score on produce cards. So there's card 2, 3 is missing, and then 4. None of them are produce, so he scores no points. He's then going to replenish 1 at a time, remember. There's 1, no edge. 2, no edge. 3, no edge. Okay, so that's good. So now we've only got 4 cards in the hand, which I think I probably had 6 cards in the deck at this time. Didn't score any points there though, so that's good. So let me just move on and see. Well, what I do next is going to have to build, isn't it? In fact, do you really need to look at the, because the video is going to be all mixed up now, Grant, isn't it? What I do next, I think a build, that gives me the 4th base, which scores me a contract. I then take a bit of a risk. No, hang on. Did I not play this genetics first? Before the build, I think I do. Right, I'll watch on and see, hang on. Right, I think I've got problems here now, because I do the genetics action, but I've got a target in the offers. See, right now, there's the other genetics cards there. So, I don't know how I can... Because if this was the position right now, I would do the research and take that genetics card, wouldn't I? The other problem is though that it's what is that? It's what is the card that I want to get? There's another infra card out there that I want to get. Hang on. It's going to be a bit difficult to fix here. I think I've got to just do. I feel a bit cheeky though going and grabbing that genetics card. The card that was out there I wanted from the offers is not there now. So what I do here is I play the genetics for 1, reduce my hand to 4, and pick a card from the. It's a build 1, explore 1, but it's an infra card, so that I can then put on right upgrade. Oh, this is annoying. This is going to mess things up, I think. Right, it's difficult to deal with this. So I know that I do this first, then I do the. No, I don't do the build. I take a chance and do the research. Taking the genetics card next, and then the bot runs. Then it runs out of cards, and then I do for my last action. I do the build action, completing the contract that have 4 bases, not Lagrange bases. And then also, because I've done the build action, I upgrade. It's not with this one upgrade. I think it's the one with build. I think it's that one there that's in the discard pile. But I can't get that now because of the situation. But I'd still be able to upgrade into this one. Slight issue with that is that going into the next era, this is the card I would have upgraded. I've since changed that pretty quick, I think. But I think it should have been that one. So that might mess up the start of the next era. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just look at the situation here on the board, and I'm going to take the research action to grab that. I know this might sound a little cheeky. I've got a pretty good feeling the last card that the competition I've got in there, it's not the last card in their deck, but it's the last card that I've drawn out for them. It's an offers action. It's going to take a couple of cards. There's 4 cards left in here. So this could well end the era, but then I get that extra action. I can still do the build, and then upgrade the infra cards and gain the 2 contracts. Oh, Grant, no, but then you're not moving on your genetics cube. So, but there's 4 cards left there. Yeah, but if you do a research action, they refresh now. Yeah, I think you will be screwed if you do that. Well, you know what? That's maybe your fault. That's what you would do. I think that's what's going to happen. There's 4 cards left there. If I do a research just now, in fact, I'm going to take this card and one off the top. And then it's leaving 2 cards there. One of them's going to refresh it there. It's only going to leave 1 card. See, that's silly. Right, so I think the problem I've got here is I've got to look at the situation. What I'm trying to do is complete 3 more contracts. One is 4 non-Lagrange bases. Building a base there does it. The other one is cards in 3 infra slots. Well, I've got 2, and I need the last one, and I can get it from doing the build action, so I can do that all in a winner. That's then 5 contracts that would be completed, so that wouldn't actually end the game. And then the last one is moving my genetics. One, is it already been moved then? How did I move it the first time? This was the second. Is there 3? There must be 3 genetic cards in the deck, is there? Did I get one already earlier in the game? Let's see here. I'm gonna pause now. Right, okay. I don't think there is another one. Is one of the actions move it on? Ah, it's a biolab, is it not? That's a competition thing. It's not the biolab moves on one. Yes, it is. And there is a biolab up there. Right, okay, so at the moment it should be at 1. This would take it to 2, completing that other contract. This is what I do right now, but because things have changed, I clearly would like to have grabbed that. But I can see if I take that now, the fact I know that the last card is an offers card, I'm pretty sure it is. I suppose. But let's just say I would have to think about what I've got. I need two more actions. Sorry, I need 3 more actions. I want to research, grab that card, play the 2 genetics cards next turn, then next again turn, build the base and do the upgrade. Like that happens in the same action. So that says 3 actions, but my first action is research, which means taking 2 of these cards and leaving 1 card in the deck. So I'm gambling the competition doesn't have an offer, because if he has the offer, well, you know what? I would maybe still have done this. That means you're going to miss out on the genetics, so. I think I would have took the chance. I would have. I think I would have. Right, I'm going to do what I believe that I would have done right now, which is not good, because it's going to mess things up for me. So I'm going to do the research action. I'd like to just research for 1. I don't know, somebody might come and tell me that you can do that, but I wasn't sure. Your research built in is 2. I mean, normally if you wanted to do a move, and I was playing a move 3 card, I don't need to move 3, but so I'm not sure about the research. Same with the build, you could spend build 5 and the cost could only be build 1, but you could still spend build 5, but can you research for 5 and only draw 1 card? I don't know. I think I searched from BGG as well. I thought maybe somebody might have asked that. It's quite important actually. Would it matter here? I don't think it would matter still. If I took 1 card, it would get replaced, and there's 3 cards there. Actually, I think it would. Maybe I will try and find this out then. Yeah, I think I'm going to ask this question. That's annoying though, because I want to get this finished, so I can maybe come back tonight and get on with the game. Right, yeah, hang on a sec. Hi all, right, that's me back. I never got to finish things yesterday. I went away to try and find out about this research action, if you could do it, and I think I went and asked, I went and asked a question. Well, yeah, I went and asked a question on BGG. I've also looked forward as this game's progressed, and having missed this whole competition edge card that gave them another turn has caused me a right mess. I didn't realise it was going to be as messy as it has. I'm still going to plod on because I've made the effort to try and fix it here. I mean, I think the better way would have been to restart the game, but the fact this is so messy, I don't think it'll take that long to play the whole game through. Probably longer than it should, because it's my kind of playthroughs, but so what I might do is I might have another go at a take 2, because this does look like some of the things I'm doing here to try and fix this mistake look a bit iffy, to be honest. And it carries on a little bit. It's also difficult to explain. What I do previously is I get this card and I upgrade that to my infra. Well, that wouldn't have happened because this is now in the discard pile. There's not the option for me to take that. So what instead I would have to do is attach that to my infra, which still completes the contract for me, but it affects things a bit later on. there's also an effect with an explore action that I do as well further on, which again is going to be messy. I'm going to fix it my way, whether you understand the fix or not. That's why it could be a bit of a maybe you don't want to carry on watching this playthrough, and hopefully I can put another playthrough together that's cleaner than this. Anyway, getting back to, yeah, I'm just going to bash on because it's my game and I'm enjoying it even though I've made that mistake, but I hate making mistakes, so rather than completely start again just now, I'm just going to carry on. So yeah, the research action. So I did ask the question that, you know, could you, if you had a research 2, do you have to research 2 cards, basically? That was my question. Now, I got a reply initially from Olav, I think is the name. Just curious, why wouldn't you want to research 2 cards when doing a research 2 ? And then he answers the question for him. Well, he answers his question because you want to slow down the game and hope you get one more turn ? And that's exactly why we're doing this, so that, I mean, I didn't state in my question I was playing it solo, so I maybe should have done that, might have made it more. But basically, yeah, that was my answer. So we got a reply from Robert after that saying, because, and now he's quoting this out the manual, and I think, yeah, I've read the bit in the manual. Right, where is this about? It must just be under the research. Must be in here, I think. Yeah, it's the number of cards. That's the bit he's quoted. So it's the number of cards that can be drawn, and he highlights the word "can," equals the action's total research value. So he interprets that as meaning you can draw less, which I agree, and I replied with that. I says, yeah, I says I tend to agree, because I read that there and that says that, but however I tend to agree. But then I quote back this to him. My highlight is the word draw, which it just says draw cards equal to your research value. So on that, this is on the player aid. The other bit was in the rule book. Now, yeah, you could say the rule book's God. Well, funny enough, I just came across a FAQ which clears this up for me. That talks about some things that are correct in the player aid and not in the rule book. So, you know, they should both be the same. You know, they should both sound like they're saying the same as well. But to me, that sentence there, draw cards equal to your research value one at a time from the offers or off the top of the error deck, doesn't really say that you may draw. It just says draw cards equal to your research value, which is 2. So looking at that tells you should draw 2. Looking at the rulebook, I agree with what Robert says, that it suggests that you may draw up to 2. However, like I say, I had a look about and I came across an FAQ, which interestingly I don't think is in the BGG files section, which is a little strange because they usually are put there. And it was on GMT's website beside the rules. I think I was looking for the player aid actually. That's what I was initially looking for, so I could copy and paste it to give back the answer that Robert had said, you know. And then I came across that. So there's an FAQ here. Not sure if you can see that right on my phone. It just took a picture on my phone. So it says, multiplayer games and general frequently asked questions. Can I play more cards? I'm struggling to read that myself. Can I play more cards than needed when performing an action? ? Well, I know you can for build and move, and that's, I suppose, the thing was, is it different regarding research? Should it be? It's not really 100% clear, I don't think. But anyway, the answer is yes, you may overpay for an action other than an infra upgrade and special actions by any amount you desire, However, you must perform that action. You may not pay for an action that does nothing. So it can do it. Interesting. I'm trying to grasp why it's saying that other than an infra upgrade. I think that must mean that you're trying to upgrade 2 cards maybe. Yeah, I suppose if you had, is there well, not really what we're seeing here. Say this was in my hand and this was in my hand, and I want to do the upgrade action. I could upgrade both of them. I think that's what that's meaning. You can't do that, but what it is saying is, I could use my built-in 2 research, play this card for 6 research, and I could draw 1 card. I would have to draw a minimum 1, I think, because I would have to actually take the action. So I could draw between 1 and 6 cards. So it's up to myself. So I think that clears that up, which is good, because this might make this bit slightly less problematic, because you know, I'm in a position now where I know what the competition's last card's going to be, so I know what it's going to do. What I've got to think to myself is, what would I do in this position? I've got this genetics here, and I'm kind of wanting that other genetics. I need to build a base there, which by building that base, I'll use this to upgrade as well, and that will complete 2 more contracts. Remember, there's 3 already completed at the moment. And then playing the 2 genetics cards will then claim me that 6th contract, and that'll end the game. However, I mean, this end the era, and the cards are going to end the era as well. So I'm going to do what I think I would have done, like I say, and that is grab that genetics card. I'm going to do a research action in the hope that the competition is not going to remove the last few cards. But I think I'm going to get away with it now, because I'm only going to research for 1. Well, my research action is for 2, but I'm just going to draw this 1 card, right? So I'm going to draw this 1 card as a research action. That goes into my hand. And then we replenish this 1 card. And then there's 3... there's 3 cards left. I kind of thought there was only 3 there. Well, that shouldn't matter. I don't think it should matter. Okay, that's my action done, right? Let's just move on and try and get back on track, because I'm going to be on holiday tomorrow morning for 5 nights or so, and I wanted to get back on track with this, and I was hoping to have moved on with it and played another bit, but also I think this is going to be part 5 by itself, and I'm going to change my part 5 into part 6, which I'll need to put a bit in the header, because I announced it as part 5. Because I thought I was going to put this on at the beginning of the video, but the video for part 5 is just over an hour long anyway, and it looks like this is taking a bit of time to fix, so this will just be a part on its own, I think. Just try to fix this mistake. Okay, so back to the competition. So they draw, which I've got as their last card, but I'm going to have to randomly draw another card, I think. So it offers 2-3 with the error symbol. The error symbol is going to score them on upgrade cards or produce cards. So 2 and 3. Well, 3 is an upgrade card. So it takes these 2 away. It's going to score 1 point for the upgrade. I'm just going to stretch across and do that. Now the scores at the moment are showing 7 for the competition and 13 for me. But it's probably different to what you're going to see in the next video. I may have to make comments for that. So he scored 8 points. Now he's going to replenish. 1 at a time, looking for edge cards. No. Okay, there's 1 card left in the deck. So it's not triggered the end of the era, which is good for me, isn't it? So now what I either do is... What is the build cost? It's 4. Yeah, I've got 4 in my hand. That's fine. Yeah, and then the upgrade. It does. I don't think it matters what I do here. Well, it does. I'm going to have to randomly draw another card for him. So I'm going to have to shuffle these. Yeah, I'll just shuffle the rest of the deck up here and draw 1 more card for them. Well, after I take my action here. So my action can either be to do the genetics, scoring the contract, But to be honest, no, I shouldn't do that, because if I draw, I should do the build action and get this contract. Not so much the bases one, get this contract, because if he draws another card with contract 6, then he's going to score that. So I should definitely do the build action first. So, yeah, because he can't score the genetics one. No, he's not got a cube there, and he can't do that. So I'll leave that for my last action. Right, that's me shuffled that up. So we'll draw one more card for them. Right, so I'm going to do build. So I've got one build built in. Actually, well, yeah, I do. I definitely do. Yeah, at the moment I've no card in that slot. I'm just looking across because I've moved on. Yeah, but I've no card in that slot, but because of the HQ I've got, it has an automatic built-in build 1 from the start. So, and then you can see we're building on Demos here. It's build 5 minus 1. Sorry, I said I was going to zoom in, and I've not been doing it. I always think it's nicer when you can see that. So there, it's build 5 is the cost, minus 1, so it's build 4. We've got 1 built in. We're going to use another 3 for build 4. We're going to build, oh gosh, what was it about? Because I'm not going to change that. I can't remember. That's why I was trying to do it. I can't remember. Hang on a second. Okay, so it's an industrial base at a build, and I think this is when I realised I had made a blunder, because we had an industrial base here in this area, and that would have allowed us to have cheaper build costs, wouldn't it? So I did think about rewinding that and saying, well, I would have had cheaper build, I wouldn't have needed that. That might have helped me fix this mistake a bit. But anyway, we'll just keep it as it is. Industrial. Yeah, the active player may double their total build value when performing a build action elsewhere in this region. So I spent 4 build there when I only would have needed to spend 2 doubled, and then it would have doubled to the 4. So I actually wouldn't have needed to play all of this build. But however, so that was the build, and then because we done a build action, and our HQ allows that special ability, this would have then been upgraded into the infra slot. So that would have scored us. Right, so that would have scored us 4 non-Lagrange bases for 2 profit, up to 15, and we would now have 3 cards in the infra slots. So that would have scored that 1, knocking this cube away, scoring us another 2, up to 17. Right, so how did we went there? So this would have been the infra card that I had going into the start of the next era, and not, where is it? And not this. So as you're carrying on watching, try and remember that, and hopefully I'll try and remember that too, because that causes it causes some issues. I'm maybe just leave the cards. No, I'm just going to get myself a bit confused, I think. Right, let's just leave it at that. So there's one card left in the deck. On actual fact, we've now got 4 cards on our hand, so we could actually draw that card. Huh. I can stop them from drawing another card then, can't I? Because it's still, that's the end of my turn, so I would discard the cards I played, which are there, and of course this one would have went to the infra. I'm just going to leave this, I'm going to leave these 2 aside, because hopefully that might remind me what I've got to look at messing with in the next. And then, because we've got only 4 cards in hand, we could take one of the build cards, or we could grab the last card. And I want to say that it doesn't matter, if we grab the last card, we automatically get 1... Let's see where it's. We read this quite recently. End of an era. Either draw pile has been emptied. If this occurs, you take 1 more turn without an intervening competition turn, then the era ends. Oh, well, excellent. Right. So I'm going to, as my last action of this turn, I'm going to grab this card. So that now then automatically ends the error. However, we get one last shot. So that's going to work out perfectly then. So our last shot is to play the 2 genetics cards, right? And so that's going to move our genetics. Now, it's going to end, although our genetics wheel and the next part is going to show on us on 2, it's actually going to be 3 because we were able to get an extra one out of that. So I'm going to move it on to 3 now so that I keep myself right. And then with that, we get to score this. For your genetics cube is advanced 2 spaces. It's actually advanced 3. Scoring us R2, 1, 2, up to 19. There at 7. So I don't know how the error starts. It might be slightly different. And that's 6 contracts fulfilled as well. And actually that frequently asked question said that even if the deck has been emptied, if you complete the 6th, if you happen to complete the 6th contract while the deck's empty, then it ends the error immediately. So if you were still about to carry out your action, I don't know how that would come about, but maybe it might be that the deck empties at the same time as you get the 6th contract. That would mean nobody would get another, like I wouldn't get another turn because this immediately ends it. But you can see it took our last turn there to do that, so that's fine. Right, okay, well I think that's as fixed as I can do it. Whether this is all going to make complete sense or not, I'm not sure. I'm getting, like I say, a bit muddled up myself. Because part 5, yeah. It's because I've got this card in the info slot and not in it. Well, I've got this one in it in the video, but it should be this one because I wouldn't have had access to that. That's why this knock-on effect's causing so much a mess. Because what I do is, in part 5, I take an explore action, and I avoid using. I can't remember what card it is. It's Engineers, I think the card is. I avoid using an explore 2 because I've got explore 1 in my hand. I've got that built in my infra. Well, that's what I think I have. And I've also got another explorer in my infra. So I've got 2 explorer in my infra. And the explore action, what I do is 3. I've got an explore 2 in my hand. And at first I'm going to play that. Then I decide not to play that. And then spend the 1 profit to add to the 2 explorer that I've got to make it 3. So I reduce my profit by 1. However, I would have only had 1 explorer in my infra, so I wouldn't have been allowed to do that, and I couldn't spend 2 profit to do it because you don't want to spend less than what you've got. So I couldn't spend any. When you're spending just 1, you can't spend any profit to gain any. So what I would have had to do is use the explore card there. So that then means that wasn't in my hand, and it then has a little knock-on effect even further on. And seeing that little knock-on effect further on really made me want to throw the towel in and say, let's just start this again. But I guess I'm just plodding on with it. So whether you'll understand or keep up with where I'm going with all this is, yeah, it's got a bit too messy, to be honest, and I really should probably not keep it going, but here I am. Right, well, we'll see if I keep this going or not. I'll get things set, and I'll get back to the bit where I'm at, and then I'll have to try and make some explanations at the bit where I'm at about the changes that have been made and whatever. So okay. So like I say, I think this is going to be classed as part 5. Part 6 has already been recorded, so just keep in mind that some of the things you're going to see there aren't quite correct. Part 7 I've already started, I just got a bit into it, and then this is when a question came up. What the best thing might have been to do is maybe redo part 7 then. Because that does bring in that extra sort of knock-on effect. Yeah, I'll see. Okay. But you'll see when it comes to part 7, because then that'll be the next time I speak about all this mistake that occurred and whatever. Okay, cheers, bye.